Remember when President Trump received all that hate from climate alarmists for dropping out of the Paris Climate Agreement? Well, a new study shows that not only will most of the major countries still part of the agreement not meet their 2030 goals as part of the deal, but a lot of their carbon emissions actually went up. You could say a lot of things about Trump, but one thing is for sure, he knows a bad deal when he sees one. And this was a very bad deal.
This is so stupid.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid for America to get out of this.
This is a disastrous decision.
We're going to be losing jobs here in the United States. We'll be hurting our economy, and we'll be ceding that territory to China going forward.
It's so stupid and counterintuitive.
But Bannon wants it.
You said it.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining me once again for MRC-TV. I'm Nick Kangadis. According to an annual report by Climate Transparency, a group that Investors Business Daily referred to as an international group focused on the G20 nations, some pretty major countries that are involved in the Paris climate deal essentially all but ignored the agreement and actually ramped up their carbon emissions. As the IBD article noted, even if every country lived up to their Paris pledges, it wouldn't come close to preventing what the verbiage in the deal called catastrophic warming. Maybe there was something to what Trump said about the deal.
This agreement is less about the climate and more about other countries gaining a financial advantage over the United States.
So just how true were Trump's words? Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Japan, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, and Turkey, among others, all increased their emissions output in 2017, most of it from increasing coal production. And China, of course, will likely continue to increase its emissions until the proposed agreement end date of 2030. That would lead one to believe that Trump was absolutely right. If these countries are continuing to increase their carbon footprint, wouldn't it suffice to say that the reason the global community was so pissed about the US leaving the deal be because they didn't have some semblance of advantage over the US? I mean, the US, despite all its perceived evils by actually evil entities like the United Nations and European Union, has dropped its carbon emissions over the last 13 years by 13%. 13% in a country that's constantly growing. We have 1/3 of a billion people in this country, and we've substantially dropped our carbon emissions. A lot of the major countries in this Paris deal can't say that. In fact, they'd actually have to admit that they've been bad for the environment that they're constantly warning everybody else about. So what do we do about all this? Nothing. Don't even entertain the idea of rejoining this agreement. Just based on this report, we obviously know that we can't trust other nations to keep their word on combating supposed climate change, so why enter a deal at all? No deal is much better than a bad deal. If we're going to do anything for our country in terms of the environment, just keep our actions to ourselves. There's no need to be a part of a global deal with a community that has problems keeping their word. That's what makes this country great, or at least it used to. We innovated, implemented, reaped the benefits, and then distributed to the rest of the world. Keep doing what we're doing as a country, because what we do, apparently, actually works. Before I go, I just want to wish everybody a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving. If you're traveling, please be safe. It's a time for family, so don't get into the weeds of political arguments at the dinner table. Enjoy one another and the time you have together. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up or a like. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and power slam that notification bell so you know when MRC-TV comes out with a new video. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For MRC-TV, I'm Nick Kangadis.